Congratulations on the new album, Impera. You are a perfectionist, so did this lead up to the expectations of outdoing the last thing you did? Is this the best thing you've ever done?
Yeah, I hope so. No, well, I mean, yes, of course. I feel that it has a few moments that I really feel strongly about being still moving for myself, which has a tendency not to be after some time. But also, like, there are some elements of this record that I've never heard before. Those are songs that we don't have, and that's a song. That's a thing that I'm always trying to be as cognizant of as I can be. Like, have I heard this before? Do I know this song from someplace else? That is not to say being inspired by or nodding things, but like, are there things here that I don't yet have in my repertoire? And that's definitely something that I feel, again, that I, together with the team that we made a record with, felt strongly about. Yeah, this feels like a very additional record to the repertoire, the bigger craft of work. And that's always a goal for me, because, not to sound pessimistic or too morbid or anything, or most people don't have more than you have an X amount of records in you. And it always feels a little scary making records, because you never know when that moment comes when it's like, wow, this is really not moving. This does not function. But this time it felt like it did. So I'm happy to hear that you felt the same way.
A lot of things change in the world of Ghost, but what is one thing that will always remain the same? It's a big question.
Well, I mean, if I go back in time a little, and something that I've dogmatically tried to set as a goal from having made an opus, and that was such a hype. People were talking about it all over the place, and it took this dream idea that I had from being just a talking point and with friends and an idea in my head into to being something else. I was very adamant about not just repeating myself and just make another opus just because it worked. And that's why Infestissimum was different. Now in hindsight, Opus and Infestissimum are closer, but then it felt like a giant leap, like sideways. And the same thing with Meliora, and the same thing with Brickell, and now with Impera. I really try not to repeat what I have done, because at the end of the day, we're touring. We're a touring band, and we have those songs in our folder, and we can play old songs, and we can play songs from all albums. And what you need to do is sort of work on your entire repertoire, and that's where some bands have done it gracefully and really well, just sort of repeating the same formula over and over and over again, and done it really, really well and very respectable. And some bands just refused to do that and just kept on evolving. And I guess I've always wanted to be a little bit more of a band like Queen, I guess. I don't know if this answered your question.
In a Ghost way, you very much did. Apart from the trickles of things posted on official Ghost social pages, there's usually not a lot of personal stuff that you put out there. Do you like getting close to fans?
Never again. No, I just joke. Just joking with you. It's really hard to say what will or what will never happen in the future. And I am still struggling is a too hard of a word. I'm still feeling my way forward between being like the spokesperson of this band, this project, this thing, and being the entertainer. And I feel that every time we start a new album cycle like this, where, on one hand, as much as I love talking to nice people like yourself,
thank you.
And I'm not I'm not a shy person, or I like talking. I actually talk too much. But on the other hand, like one thing that has sort of remained in my head ever since Ghost was just a project that was about to make one record, when I had a conversation with Lee Dorian about not doing any interviews at all. And I was told out of that. But sometimes you just want to make, the record, and here are the lyrics, and here is the show, and this is the entertainment of it all. Can you just leave it at that? Like, just have that overpower you without me commenting on it? Because sometimes it feels almost like dismantling this, just talking about every inch of it. But of course, I know that that's part of it, and I'm still sort of, as I said, I'm still feeling my way through it over the course of a promo cycle. And then next time when we restart, I'm like, oh, we're doing this again.
Yeah.
I can't believe that all these people want to talk about it one more time.
Well, if you want to end it here, Papa said that Mummy Dust is the heaviest song you have. I don't think that's incorrect up until now, but I heard a song on the new album Impera called 20s. Have you let that song loose on an unsuspecting crowd yet?
No, we have not. This tour that we are on now is a pre-album co-headline tour with Volbeat.
Yeah.
So our set is very short. Short, but 75 minutes is short for when you're doing
it would
stuff.
be. Yeah.
Yeah. So we're basically going into this tour on, excuse my French here, but if you know what I mean, we're on sell mode, which means that we go in as if we were a support act, or if we were doing a festival set. You go in and you play the bangers. You play the shit that people have heard, with one exception, and that being that we opened the show up with Kaiserian, just because we have always traditionally opened up every album cycle with the opening track of the new record. And we've done that in the past. I know that we've started touring before releasing albums in the past. So it's always that sort of like, oh, it's kind of strange playing this new song that no one has heard. It's such a neck breaker in terms of it's just overpowering. So it doesn't, no one can sort of boo over it.
I get what you mean.
Yeah. But so basically what I'm getting to with regards to your comment on 20s is that that's definitely like a bullet that we have in our pocket still. Like, and I'm looking forward to do that live. But you need to have the crowd be known to that song in order for it to work, because it has such a, the chorus works on the premise that the crowd yells 20s, like they need to yell it. And in order to make the stomping section work, you need the crowd to go. So it's such a crowd participation song. But I'm looking forward to see how it works.
I got to ask, as a fan, what is it to you about the dark side that makes it so alluring?
I have a hard time understanding how people cannot be interested in that. But I don't know. I don't know why. I can't say. I mean, on this record, writing this record, I had an idea that I wanted to write a song in major key. Yeah. Which turned into Kaiserian. And that was like a choice that I had to sort of make an effort to do, because I have a tendency to always write in minor key. The same way that I have a tendency to always gravitate towards wearing black clothes. Or that I'm always gravitating towards sort of dark humor. But that is not to say that I don't like listening to Emmylou Harris and watching a Chevy Chase movie.
Yeah.
It's just that I have a tendency to sort of like always falling that way, on the left-hand path, if you will.
Yeah, definitely.
And I have a hard time comprehending people who find that like Not you just asked about it, but but you know, the sort of people who are like, you're so dark, I can't believe like this is so strange. Like,
Yeah.
what world are you living in? Like, how can you not see it this bleak? It's
Yeah. Yeah.
But the
I
thing
think,
is, I'm actually quite a cheerful person. I'm actually laughing a lot. I joke a lot. I make myself laugh all the time. My
yeah.
sides hurt, you know.
Tobias Forge from Ghost, we cannot wait to see you down here again. Compliments on the new album Impera, and it has been a pleasure chatting with you, my friend.
Thank you very much. I'm looking forward to finally come down under within not too long.
Cannot wait, my friend. Thank you.
Take care.